I love, love learning from my children. I love, I love when I pick them up from school. I have a middle school and a high schooler, and they'll say something like, oh, my friends and I, and it's something social, and my response is usually, well, what does that mean these days? And I kind of go with the, oh, I'm so old kind of aspect, but it really allows me to meet them where they are, instead of bringing my life experience of, being older and having done the childhood thing, and allows me to really speak to them at the age appropriateness that they're at, without projecting more adult attitude into it. And it's also really connected us in our conversations. My kids can come to me and talk to me and share things with me that a lot of other kids don't share with their parents, without it being the, oh, I'm being their friend, and am I a good enough parent? So I hold that as my highest value as a role model for them, is allowing them to be who they are, where they are, and discussing the topics based on their social area instead of my social area. So my boys, my older son is very academic and my younger son is very athletic. Both of them equally social, equally brilliant in their own ways. But it was really interesting with my younger son being that 4-season-a-year sport kind of kid. I'm married to a fireman who is always some sort of assistant coach and usually tries to get in as coach. So we had a head coach that told us that chocolate milk was a fantastic way for the kids to recuperate their muscles after a weekend of tournaments. And I believe the season was football that this all came to be. And I got to tell you, the coach telling him that chocolate milk was a fantastic way to recuperate really eliminated some of the sports drinks that I was really uncomfortable giving him. So I loved it when we walked into the store and he would pass the sports drink aisle and go straight for the dairy section and say, hey, can I get some chocolate milk? And you feel better as a mom, purchasing that chocolate milk as opposed to, purchasing the sports drinks that have sugar and possibly chemicals and things like that. So it's been really fun to see not just the effect of the coach, but then the ownership of my pipsqueak of an athlete, making these healthy, nutritious choices based off of someone that was, so pivotal for him in his growth. Honestly, my favorite thing about being a mom, my kids crack me up. They are the funniest people I know. We have such a fantastic relationship, and I was actually telling a mom that I was talking to recently that she was saying how when things are difficult, and that she really wants to tell her children when they are wonderful, and even when they're not. And I responded that a lot of times I'll let my kids know that, hey, yeah, maybe you could have done that differently, and we'll talk about it. But I'm often quoted as looking at my kids and saying, oh my gosh, I want to be just like you when I grow up. And this other mom was just enamored with the idea of doing that. And I said, yeah, sure, they think I'm a grown-up, but you know what? My heart is as young as it can be. And when they do something that makes me look up to them, I think it's really important for them to understand that as their parent, they can even be my role model sometimes. And, really trying to showcase that innocent area that isn't, all the social politics or even the political politics, and being able to come back to them and just really be able to accept them and grow them from their foundation and look up to them and know that, this generation's growing up so different from ours. And I know that for me, it's like I had the Walkman and they have the texting. Every parent has something that they're going to nag their children about. And so my husband's much more the one that's like, oh, stop doing that. And I'm over there thinking, yeah, it's their thing, So I love being a parent and seeing them grow and watching them really come into who they are as personalities. And I feel like I was very blessed to be given kids with good souls to begin with. And so, really just witnessing their journey has been really amazing as a mom.